This short video will show you how to amend the stock quantities of a single item without having to do a full stock take. Firstly, you will need to know the Amend Stock Quantities access code to allow you to make any amendments. Just to refresh you where this is set, from the menu, go to System Access Codes and Counters in System Settings, and you can see that it is here where this code is set. By clicking the Display Passcodes button at the top of the screen, you can now see our access code is set to stock. Okay, so now we are ready to make an amendment to the current quantity held in stock for a single item. Locate the item that you need to amend the stock for. This can either be done by locating the item directly, here we are using the items code, or by locating the required item from a listing. Here we will search for all items with a subcategory of SASH and then double-click on the required item. Now we have the item loaded, we can see that we currently have a stock holding of 21 units. We can see how this has been built up by looking at the FIFO table, first in, first out. Here we can see that the stock has been originally to 15 units, using a previous stock adjustment, and then a further 6 added from a goods received note, from purchase order number 568. We can also see these details in the stock movement audit, and this is viewed by clicking the View Stock Movement button. Clicking the Stocktake Audits button, we can also see and report on any stock amendments made that weren't from valid stock transfers, either by booking out to contracts, or by booking in from purchase order goods received notes. We will look at this in greater detail once we have made a stock adjustment. So now we have checked the quantities of the item and we only have 19 in stock. For whatever reason, 2 have gone missing, and we need to adjust the stock accordingly. Click the Amend Stock Holding button, and you will be asked to enter the stock amendment code. This is the access code that we were looking at earlier in this session. On successfully entering the correct code, you will then be asked to enter the quantity that you have in stock. You will see that it is also showing the quantity that the system thinks should be in stock. On accepting the quantity that you have entered, the system will update the stock quantity with this value, and you will see that the FIFA line entry that was set to 15 has now been decreased to 13. By clicking on the Stocktake Audits button, we can now see an additional entry showing the previous stock holding quantity, along with the newly added figure, giving us a difference of 2 items, with the value being used from the FIFA line that they were taken. You will also notice that the stock audit value has been recalculated accordingly. Hopefully, stock adjustments should not need to be regularly carried out, as this will indicate that the movement of stock is not being recorded properly. However, this can be a useful tool to see if stock is disappearing or increasing and may be reported on by the various filters. As this example is a newly added item, there is not much filtering we can do, but if we change the date range to today, you can see the entry we made earlier, showing a total value of stock loss of £20. If we change the selection to stock gained, you can see that there are no results for this date range. Clicking back to stock lost, we see today's entry. To revert back to the full listing, click the Clear Date Range button, and the full listing will be shown. This full listing may also be filtered without using a date range, by clicking the required filter button. Thank you for taking the time to look at this short video, and hopefully it will have helped you with this area of Contract Controller. If you need more assistance with using Contract Controller or would like more information, please do get in touch.